Amazing.
That is football.
Welcome to FootballGamePlan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Memory Hunt, the czar of the playbook, bring you an NFL Week 3 preview between the San Francisco 49ers and the Minnesota Vikings. So let's look at some keys to victories for both teams, starting with San Francisco.
The offensive rhythm of the San Francisco 49ers has been outstanding this year. They've done a great job of operating off balance, and that has to continue versus Minnesota. They must attack vertically versus that cover 2 defense. The cover 2 defense gives you opportunities in the passing game down the middle of the field and down the hash marks. If they can take advantage, they can have success. And I think their base personnel versus this cover 2 has to be 3 wide receivers, a tight end, and a running back. With that personnel, it gives you the opportunity to take advantage of those holes in the passing game. Now, defensively, they can't lose contain versus Christian Ponder. He's a guy that can do a lot of damage on the ground. You have to keep contained versus him. You also have to identify personnel so that way you can continue to have dictating defense. You want to dictate what the offense wants to do. Now look at the X factor. It has to be the outside linebackers, as this week they will play a huge role in making sure the Vikings offense stays within the tackle box and keep Ponder contained. I look at the offensive approach for the Vikings this week, and I think that small ball approach can be effective for these guys, the short dump offs, the running game. I think that can be effective versus the 49ers and keep them in the ball game. And they must win 2 out of the 3 aspects of this game. So I think special teams is vital for the Vikings to have success. And I also look at Christian Ponder. He will have to take off this week a lot and put pressure on that 49ers defense, but have to run with some controlled aggressiveness when he does take off. Now, defensively, the D-line needs to step up. They got to get active versus the running game and the passing game. And don't be afraid to press the wide receivers of the 49ers. That gives you an opportunity to get that defensive line some pressure. And I think the linebackers this week will be asked to play a huge factor in pass coverage, so they have to be up to the task. Now, the X factor has to be the Vikings offensive line and pass protection. The interior offensive line has to do a great job of keeping the pocket clean for Christian Ponder. I'm going with the 49ers in this ballgame. I think offensively, defensively, and on the special teams, they're playing just about as good as anyone in the National Football League. And I think they will be tested by the Vikings, but I think with their mettle and with their ability to slow the pace down and keep the ball out of the opponent's hands, I think the 49ers come away with the victory.